Welcome to the Exposer. So, Pastor Toby has spoken. He's addressing because he was attacked on Twitter. Well, Jade was attacked on Twitter. So he's coming now, jumping to her defense. Because Politics Party have seen the allegations thrown at SPAC Nation. So they've used it to their advantage to basically try and stop Jade from winning her election, which is perfectly acceptable. So, I'll just go through the Periscope with you guys and just break down a few things.
Those who want to slam you on Twitter, if they are actually human, and I'm not talking of the small boys, when they say you're grooming, you're doing this and that. What the devil continues to do is to undermine the ministry of helping people. It is an insult for a political party to throw shades at SPAC Nation. You do more than politicians. You sacrifice your life more than it. These guys in front of me are 19, 18, 19, 20-year-olds, and I understand how much they sacrifice to make their world a better place. It is inhuman for any political party or anybody for that matter to throw jibes at people who are trying to help you have a safer life, which you cannot provide for yourselves. I'm going to be saying these things so you really know. And there is no party of poverty that will rule this nation.
Pastor Toby is very angry. And he's upset at the fact that political party has come out to basically destroy Jade on Twitter. He's upset because people are using SPAC Nation to ruin Jade's chances of winning, which is acceptable because Jade is connected to SPAC Nation. Her whole campaign has been around SPAC Nation. SPAC Nation has been the one promoting the campaign. SPAC Nation has been the one supporting the campaign. Whenever she's done a rally, it's been SPAC Nation people with her. And Pastor Toby himself has been at the forefront of it. He's the one that has organised these rallies for Jade. He's the one that's gone into houses in Croydon, knocking on people's doors to ask people to vote for Jade. And now he is upset because his church has a negative outlook. And now he's saying that people shouldn't use that to go against Jade. But what he's failing to understand is Jade is heavily involved in SPAC Nation. So these people are worried because people know if Jade wins, potentially, this could destroy Croydon alone because she could have so much influence on the youths. And knowing what her church is doing, it could damage Croydon.
When they speak, you close your eyes to the reality of what SPAC Nation and all these people are doing, all these young men and women, and how much they sacrifice. But all of a sudden, your eyes get open to a gossip tabloid created by fake accounts and by criminals. And by girls that are disgruntled that the person they wanted in the church had gone to be with someone else.
This is typical Pastor Toby. When he can't respond to allegations, he returns to insult people. That's all he knows. So like you saw, he just said the people who talk or the people who create accounts on Twitter that talk about SPAC Nation are basically criminals. That's what he's basically trying to say. Anyone talking about SPAC Nation or gossiping about SPAC Nation are criminals. And he just basically insulted Pastor Nathan's ex-wife. Because he said, girls who are upset because the people they wanted ended up being with someone else. That is disrespectful because that was someone's wife. It's not like Nathan was dating this woman and he ended up going with someone else. He was married and had kids with this woman, ended up cheating on her and left her to go with someone else. And this is a pastor that's encouraging that. Instead of coming out to address all the allegations thrown at SPAC Nation, he's throwing insults because he sees that things that are being said about him right now is affecting him and it's affected Jade's campaign. So we must continue to expose him.
Now, that is fine for ordinary people to retweet and to talk about. It is not fine for people who are stable in mind, who are hinged. It is not fine for leaders within communities. There is something that we must keep sacred. There are some things that you can attack all you like. There are some things that are sacred. What is sacred? Anything that has managed to change the life of one person or save one person from dying on the street, that is sacred. They are not things you attack because of political gain. It is wrong. And you've got to go teach them a positive lesson there that whilst you're negative, we're going to be positive. And that's why we must come out, not just in numbers, we must come out in organization, in order. We must have the order of the Garden of Eden. We must have that order and push Jade to win. So I'm not talking about some little people tweeting against us. That's not my business. I don't read it. I don't look at it. That's not my business. It is when leaders in the community want to use that for gain, political gain. And we know that all you're going there for is your salary. And we can even reach a deal with you saying you can have the salary. Let Jade have the decision. You can have the salary, because without it, you're not going anywhere in life. Without it, we're going to do greater things in life. How much is the salary of a councillor? Maybe 10K a year, maybe 5K a year. Yeah.
That's probably.
So it is not a matter of can we allow this organization in grassroots? I told you what that is in church, but I'm repeating now. I'm not interested in councillorship for Jade. I don't care if she wins. She said she will be devastated. I won't be devastated. I'm just going to be like, hey, yeah, whatever. We've made a statement we want to make because you've established that statement, and we are going to cap it all tomorrow.
As you just saw, Pastor Toby again saying that he's not bothered by the less known people on Twitter. That he's only bothered by people with power using social media to go at him and Jade. But there's a contradiction, because just a minute ago, he started to insult everyone on Twitter, calling them criminals, and now he is saying that he's only concerned about basically political parties going at him and SPAC Nation. So there comes a contradiction. And now he's downplaying the fact that he wants Jade to win by saying he doesn't even care about her becoming a councillor, that he thinks she can do something even better. She should be an MP. So this is a technique he's using so that people like us can back off. He wants to make it look like he's not bothered by this campaign. But that's a lie, because he's the guy that's organising all the rallies. He's the guy that's going on Periscope 24/7 just to speak about Jade's chances of winning. He's the one that's encouraging. He's going to people's houses, knocking on doors with Jade and encouraging people to vote for Jade. So he's lying again, because he thinks we're not watching what he's doing. Because SPAC Nation now are doing things more privately. But we have eyes everywhere. So we must continue to expose him. Pastor Toby is a compulsive liar.
I also sympathize with the other political parties, though, because Jade can be quite intimidating. Her resume, her look, and the kind of support she's got, it could be very intimidating. So we have to pity the other people and pray that they survive through December 12th. It's going to be a complete war is war situation. It's going to be unleash the dragon situation. You know, the thing about SPAC is this, and I need all the enemies to hear this so that you know. 50 of us is more than 5,000 of you, because we are born warriors. 50 of us is more than 5,000 of all of you. So guess what 5,000 of us is. We are more than Spartans. We were trained to do what we want to do. If we want to do it, we'll do it, no matter how difficult it is. If we say, you know, this Sunday we're having 1,200 people, it doesn't matter what you've gone to do or see on the internet, that's exactly what we're going to have. If we say we're going for this kind of target financially, we're just going to do it. We will do it. And that's the training I want SPAC to keep. I don't want you to be jellyfishes. You can't afford to be. We just make things happen. That's what we are. So the opponent, we could have been Labour there. We could have been. It's just as simple as that. We could have been that. If we were Labour, you've got to sympathize with Conservative. The issue is, if she doesn't win councillorship, that means she needs to do MP. I'm already angry with the councillor thing. I think it's long. What age can you do MP? 18, exactly. I don't know why we're doing councillorship. I don't understand it. It's long, it's little. Go on. Even the MPs cannot gather the kind of numbers, and I'm just talking about 150. Yeah, the MP. MP have soldiers, 150 soldiers every Saturday. How? How is he going to do it? So the councillor thing is already annoying me right now. And I feel like saying, oh, just withdraw, man. And let them give you the MP for the place. Don't let's do this thing based on hate. Who would help people more, guys? So, but on a serious note, it is not a fight against any party. It is not a knockdown of any party. If they didn't start, and like someone said tonight, one of the top conservative people said, sent an email and said, the so Labour Party, the so party in Croydon is trying to attack Jade's church. That's all they. Imagine that your politics is so low life. Yeah, that you have nothing to hold against that. You have to run after a church.
This is PT back to being a cult leader again. He starts off by saying, the other political party are afraid because of Jade's looks and her resume. He believes that it makes her very intimidating. He also said 50 members is stronger than 5,000 members that go against them. So he said, can you imagine if I have 5,000 members? He said his soldiers are trained to be how they are. Whatever target he gives them, they do it. No matter how many people he needs on a Sunday, they will get it. That's what he's saying. So that tells you that this guy is a dictator. He's admitting openly that he trains them to be the way he wants them to be. And again, he starts again to contradict himself, because he said war is war, he's ready for them, and then after he again starts to say he's not really bothered about it, and he doesn't really even want Jade to be a councillor again. He said he just wants her to be an MP. He said even MPs do not have the backing that Jade has. So he's just very upset that a political party in Croydon is attacking SPAC Nation. So again, he's not really thinking about Jade, he's thinking about his church, his organisation. This guy is a very selfish guy. Very selfish.
Policy is so powerful that in 1 minute, right, the whole of social media can be regulated by a old man who just don't understand it. They'll just pass a law that if you want to appear on social media, you have to do this.
They even banned political.
Yeah, they did on Twitter. So, hey, we've got work to do. This is now the time. From now till June 2020, it's time for hard work. But hard work of purpose, of destiny. I'm going to push the church more. I'm going to tell you to forget about numbers. Whilst your numbers will be increasing, but I'm going to tell you, forget about that. Can we locate 50 people who are the givers, the drivers of this work? I was prophesying something about 36 people in a service. I didn't finish it. There will be 36 people that I can walk up to and say, you know what, today I need 360 million. And they'll all give it, and they'll just go do work. This is where we're going as a church. Otherwise, it won't make sense. And guess what, guys? You're paying the price for it. You've paid the price for it. I've paid the price for it. And the price I've got to pay is to forget about life. Forget about life. Forget about trying to become something. Oh, before I'm 40, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. No, I've not bought anything. Not because we couldn't have, but we shouldn't have. So that when the attack comes against us, God can defend us, saying, look, these people have stood faithful. Not asking you to do what I won't do. We're not saying go on the street and we won't go. So and we won't so. God forbid. God forbid that life ever brings me toward that part.
So he mentions an old man put something on Twitter and basically everyone's going crazy about it because SPAC Nation's attached to it. He's basically saying someone can dictate social media and everyone falls for it. But then he changes the whole conversation to somehow talk about money. This is perfect Pastor Toby. He starts off by talking about important things and then changes it and ends it with money. So he mentions at his fellowship he was supposed to finish a discussion where he was going to reveal something about 30 people. And he's saying that he wants it to get to a point where he can go to 30 people and ask them from £3 to £6 million and they'll just give it. And now also, he's now encouraging them to forget about life. He said forget about trying to become something and forget about wanting to buy something. And he also says that he hasn't bought anything himself. This guy is openly lying This is the same guy who's in every video bragging about the Lamborghinis, bragging about the loops, bragging about the watches. He's the same guy that's encouraging his members of his church not to care about life, to forget about life, and forget about trying to become something. He wants to keep them there, and he wants to remain in control of their lives. This is the reason why he's saying that. This is a guy that looks devastated. He doesn't even know what he's saying. That's the reason why he just starts to just go off topic. The guy can start off a conversation and just change the whole conversation to a whole different scenario. And that's exactly what he's displayed there again. He starts talking about politics and then somehow converts it to money and finance and brainwashing his members again.